Hey guys, so we're down at Gravity Co-working Space in Sydney filming with Springboard today. But one of the residents here at Gravity is Janine from Think Smart Marketing. So given that we're talking a lot about how to maximize content in terms of creating social content from just one piece of video, I thought it was worth having a chat to Janine with regards to the actual strategy behind what needs to be put in place before you actually start creating any content at all. Over to you, I suppose. What would you say is the number one thing people need to be thinking about?
Well, what I'd start with is by just sharing a little insight in that what we know now by Serious Decisions, some research shows that actually 60 to 70% of content goes completely unused. And so what that tells us is a lot of people are spending an awful lot of time and money and effort creating content and not using it. And the reason they're not using it is usually because they actually don't have a clear strategy in place. The key thing that we encourage clients to do is there are a number of things that you need to consider with strategy. First and foremost is obviously the audience and really understanding your key audiences, knowing what your channel strategy is, so how your audiences behave on different channels, what purpose you want your different channels to actually play as part of your content mix, how you want people to move through your different channels, and what your amplification strategy is. It's all great to have lots of content, but if it's not being seen by lots of people, then it's all for no good. So there are a number of different things that go into strategy.
Yep.
And it can be as big as or as kind of tight as it needs to be, depending on the client and the audience. And
so for someone that's just started business and is relatively time poor, they're trying to do stuff themselves because they're bootstrapped, but don't just jump in and start creating stuff. What would be your number one take-home thing for them to really start making the most of their content?
What I would do is, if they're small and starting out, is don't try and be everywhere at once. Actually just focus on the one or two channels that really make a difference to your audience. So who's your primary target audience? Where do they consume their information? Focus on that channel. And what is the type of content that works on that channel? And what are the things that you care about and your audience cares about? The intersection of those two things is the content that you should be creating. That's my probably big takeaway. Yeah.
Okay. So as you know, guys, we're using Daily Bites as a knowledge hub. We really want to make sure this content works for you. Given that we're local to this area and obviously have access to Janine's expertise, if you've got any questions that you want us to answer that you think can help your business or other businesses around you, get in touch with us on all social platforms. You can find us at The Daily Agency on pretty much every single one of them. We look forward to hearing from you and helping you in the future.